Welcome everyone to Patient Advocate Match Directory. We are welcoming Nicole Broadhurst. She is a new member on our Health Professionals Directory, and we want to talk a little bit with Nicole today, get an idea of what her business is all about and how she can help you. So with that being said, I want to introduce Nicole. Welcome to your intro video.
Thank you, Pam. I'm great. Thanks so much. I'm so excited to be here with you today and to talk a little bit about what we do at Tennessee Health Advocates. Super honored to be a part of the directory. So thank you very much for inviting me. And let's talk.
All right. Well, let's get started. The first question is really simple. So tell me about, you had mentioned briefly the name of your company. So go over that again, the name of your business, and just exactly what do you do?
So the name of business is Tennessee Health Advocates. I founded it in 2019. So I've started about 3.5 years ago. We're in year 4. We help busy professionals maintain work-life balance, take control of medical bills without the frustration of medical billing departments. So what does that mean, right? Like, what does that mean? So what it means is I work with professionals who know that the healthcare system revenue cycle has flaws and that there may be bills that are not necessarily completely accurate or have been misprocessed during the insurance claims processing. And so they're busy, they know that this is happening, but they just don't have the time to go through those line items and find the errors and make sure that everything is accurate before paying the bill. And so we do all the heavy lifting at Tennessee Health Advocates. So our clients upload that mail to us, we review it, audit it, negotiate it, manage it, and then feed it back and say, yes, we've cross-referenced everything. This is an accurate bill. You can feel free to pay it and be confident that you're not paying any more than you absolutely have to pay. Or we say, red flag, let's take a break here. I'd like to make a phone call. I'd like to get this reprocessed. I'd like to get this straightened out. It looks like there's a problem. So that's kind of the big picture of what we do over there at Tennessee Health Advocates.
Well, and I just want to say, working in the case management utilization review department, as I, wind down and have left patient care, one of the tasks that we do is the hospital has us audit and review bills, a certain percentage of them before they go out the door. And I will say that I have found errors. I have found mistakes. So that's huge what you do, because you would think everything's automated, everything's, run through the computer, everything. But you know what, it's garbage in, garbage out. If people can make mistakes when things go in, or things can get duplicated.
Right. Pam, I love that you mentioned that. And I was just talking to another advocate this week about this very thing. Automation is fantastic. It is wonderful. I'm going to date myself here for just a second, but I remember when claims were still paper claims, and we actually put them into typewriters and word processors to create them. And it was part of the transition into electronic processing of claims. Huge. Automation had proved to be hugely helpful in regards to efficiency and timeliness and all of those things. However, there are still one-offs, right? Everything isn't just picture computer perfect, and there is still an element of human interaction needed in that process. I love what you said, that there are case managers that are part of that process. Unfortunately, the workload is just huge, right? And so it's not always possible to catch and to give all that human interaction that's really needed to catch everything. So I love that you shared that. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no, and like I said, when we're talking about reviewing, I mean, we're maybe reviewing 10%. So 90% of the invoice or the billing, the claims that's going out are not reviewed. So, right. It just leaves a hole. All right. So tell me a little bit about why you decided to join our patient advocate match directory.
So this is such a great question. So one of the things, like I said, I've been in business I'm working on the 4th year. And one of the things that I noticed, and you and I have talked about previously, is that there seems to be a gap in connectivity and networking within this industry of trying to support patients and make sure that they get the resources and the tools and all of the things that they need in order to effectively navigate the healthcare system. It's very disjointed. It typically mimics the system in a lot of ways. And so I think that what you're creating here with the patient advocate match is this resource repository of all of these tools and supports and resources that everybody needs. And who doesn't want to be a part of that? Like, of course I want to be a part of that. So thank you.
Well, thank you. No, thank you. I'm super excited, and choosing to build in the summer has been kind of a challenge, but we're gaining momentum. We've got a wide variety, and if we're going to impact lives, it takes a village,
right?
And all of us collectively together can do amazing things. So thank you for seeing that vision and wanting to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
So as you're in your business, and now you're in your fourth year now. So what do you feel have been some of your greatest accomplishments being able to move forward?
Yeah, so I think there's it's two-pronged, right? I think that my biggest accomplishments have been actually impacting patients' financial experience in the healthcare system. Like that one-on-one interaction with patients and families where we start at the point of, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. I keep getting these bills. It's thousands of dollars. I don't think it's right, but I'm trying to get better. From there, getting those people to a place where they're saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This feels so much better. Like, I don't have to worry about my credit rating. I don't have to worry about collection phone calls. I don't just being able to transform their experience with the patient, with the financial side of healthcare, from complete overwhelm and exhaustion to confidence and understanding of what's happening and how they can play a role in making it better. So that's one area, those individual success stories, if you will, with the individuals. And then secondly, I think that my other biggest accomplishment is connecting within the industry and connecting with other professionals and creating and being a part of every part of my day. Every day is envelopes a piece of connection where I'm consistently working to make those connections and grow those resources and participate in things like patient advocate match and be a part of the up and rising industry of assisting patients and families in healthcare.
Well, in the short time I've known you and following you and being part of what you're sharing and all of that, I mean, you are amazing. I love everything that you're doing, and kudos to you. You're just an energizer bunny that's out there changing lives and creating and making things better, not only for other advocates, but for your clients. And so I really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
So with that being said, Nicole, you're very welcome. Describe your ideal client.
Yeah, so most of my clients, I think I started to kind of mention this a little bit earlier, but most of my clients and my ideal clients are generally high-level executives. A lot of them are men. They're sons of mothers who they're charged with the medical bills for someone that they care about, they love. Their mom, their sister, their brother, their aunts, their uncles, their children. I deal with quite a few fathers. Who, again, like I said, know that there's a process that needs to be followed to make sure that medical bills are accurate, right? They just don't have the time to actually perform the audits and to make sure that those are correct. And so a lot of times these are high-level professionals. They might be self-employed. They're people who are typically used to delegating and feel very comfortable utilizing a professional for their services. So like I said, they're comfortable with delegating and saying, I know this needs to be done, but they also understand they're not the one that has the time or the expertise to do it. And so they're looking for someone to just walk in and do it for them.
Awesome. That's just amazing. So who's Nicole when you're not helping people? What do you like to do for fun?
I love this. This is great. So if you don't know me, then I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I actually love tiny house living. I currently reside in a 230 square foot tiny home on wheels. And my husband and I traveled the country. So when I'm not actually performing work, then I'm like traveling and enjoying life. We love to hike. We're actually looking at heading out to Albuquerque. There is a huge hot air balloon fest out there the 1st of October. It's been on my bucket list for a couple of years. And so we're hoping to hit that this year. So I love hiking, canoeing, mountain. I love the Southwest. I have a couple of little dogs. We have a couple of little Shih Tzu dogs that travel with us. And that's pretty much me outside of doing this work.
You know, that's amazing. And, you know, you get to travel, you can get to help people, you can take your work wherever you go.
It's amazing.
It is. That's amazing. So I got to ask one question about your travels. Where, if you could pick one place that you would want to go back tomorrow, where would that be?
Okay, so I get this a lot, but I'm going to tell you that this is a really hard question because we've been to some amazing places and we have some amazing places on our list. I will say this, there is an area just outside of Tombstone, Arizona. It's called the Dragoon Mountains. And if you're familiar with Native American history and Chief Cochise, this mountain range is full of just amazing spiritual artifacts and places. For example, one of my favorite places to go there is the outdoor natural amphitheater where Chief Cochise would speak to his tribe. And it was one of the longest lasting strongholds in their culture. Right. It was the terrain in that area was just so phenomenal that it provided such a defense. They could see for miles and then prevent and do their defense. Anyway, if you ever get the opportunity to go, that is one place that I would absolutely suggest trying.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So looking forward, where do you see or what's your vision for your business over the next few years?
Great question. So we're currently, we're seeing some phenomenal growth, and we've seen some phenomenal growth since the pandemic hit. Mainly when I realized that we could do this nationwide and we could do it remotely, and that there was really no barrier to helping patients and families anywhere. And so one of the things that I see happening is that we will be doing, in fact, we're currently working on some training. So if there's anyone who's interested in what a medical billing advocate would look like, or how into that particular role, I would encourage them to connect with me. Because we're doing trainings and we're getting that curriculum set up now to help bring new folks into this industry.
Awesome. And you know what? And that's the great thing through the directory, because thinking of some of our professionals in there, I can also think of someone that I think that we should have a connection with you for. So
nice.
This has been an amazing talk. I just love your energy, and it's just so fun. So I want everybody, to check out Nicole and check out her intro video on our YouTube channel. Also go to Patient Advocate Match, our directory, which is just patientadvocatematch.com. You can search the categories. You'll find Nicole there and her company and all her contact information. So I encourage everyone to reach out if you have questions about your medical bills. And with that being said, we'll see you in the directory.